Hold on, I'm choking. Hello? Okay, I'm not choking anymore. Hi! Welcome in, everyone. I'm sorry, Nightbot was acting up, so I needed a minute and then I started choking. But I bought a big Hydro Flask water cup, so I'm encouraging myself to be 100% water in my body because I don't drink enough. But hi, welcome in. It's a beautiful day for me to stream today. It's raining and I'm gonna make hot cocoa later, so today's a very slay day. But I hope you're all doing good. Ghost, welcome in. Razzie with the very interesting names today. First it was Quentin Vibentino, and now it's Quindrick Vibmar, which I think is my favorite. That name is so stupid. I love it so much. Lauren, hi. How are you? Catherine, welcome in. Hi, Catherine. Storms, welcome in also. It was sprinkling. It's sprinkling throughout the day today. But I love that you're playing Animal Crossing also. I hope you're enjoying. I was just in Hydration Town and everyone there knew you. Oh my goodness, really? Am I famous? Am I famous? I met this girl on Tumblr. She was about a year older than me. She kept flirting with me and convinced me to watch Good One. She called me handsome. You're in love with her? Period. OMG. Oh, my Switch. There's so much to talk about today, y'all. There's things that are happening in the pop culture world. 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐿, I'm so sorry that it's 1 a.m. for you. I'm so sorry. I planned to stream earlier, but I had to run to Costco. There was like a family thing happening later out of nowhere, so I had to run to Costco. I'm really sorry. But I hope you're okay. I hope everyone's doing good. You know, I hope everyone is staying healthy, being happy. If not, tomorrow will be better. We're gonna get right into the hunt. This is obviously for Fairycore villagers, but before we get into the Watcher things, and this was just gonna be a stream about the Watcher entertainment company and that whole scandal, but I want to talk about Kendrick and Drake now because when I tell y'all I legit got no sleep last night. I had no sleep. Jilly, hello, welcome in. Beautiful, how are you? I got Hollow Knight today. I've always wanted to play Hollow Knight because I've heard really good things. If anyone here has played Hollow Knight, including you, Storms, what is your opinion? Your honest thoughts? I'm doing well, Jilly, thank you. I'm feeling better than when I woke up. When I woke up, I had a really sore throat, so I was a little scared. That's 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝, I think. I thought that I was gonna catch a cold or something, but we're all good now, God bless. But I did not sleep well last night because Drake dropped his diss track response to Kendrick. And literally only like 6 minutes after Drake dropped his, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams. I got no sleep. I got no sleep. I was so stressed over this beef that went from like rap beef to really personal. But that happened to you from weeks ago. It was tonsil stones. Oh my god. I have an uncle that gets those and he actually gets like really sick with those. So I hope that yours aren't bad, Lauren, and that you don't get them often. It's normal though. At least for some people, like people that had teeth removed or like wisdom teeth removed and they have like the dent. I hate that from a dirty man. Oh, tell Pookie to be better. Just kidding. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm joking. Spill the tea for me? Okay. Pookie's ex already? Okay, well then fuck Pookie. F Pookie then. How about that? Period. Typical, Lauren. Typical, am I right? Typical. Typical, not you, but typical them. Ew, it's a bird. Just kidding. I actually really like this bird's design. I'm just not a bird fan, but I really like his color scheme. I think he's cute. Men are being men. Catherine. It's so good. The art style is beautiful. The game is kind of confusing, but after a while you get used to the controls and honestly so fun. Okay. What's Drake's daughter's name? Listen, we're going to get into all that. But first, I wanted to talk to y'all about 2 stories I had from work because work this week, y'all, had me messed up. I choose the bear. Catherine. It looks like the bird has been through some stuff. It does. But he's fine. He's thriving. You know, he's okay. We're going to name him Kevin because I don't know what his name is. Bear every time, please. But first, a message from our sponsors. Kendrick Lamar. Just kidding. He's going to come after me. He's going to write a diss track about me. How dare you go on your stream and drop my name? For a moment of fame. Oh! Eminem's been really quiet since I spoke up. But work. I'm pretty sure I took a test online and I think I have like an attention issue. Like I'm always bouncing around. I can't just focus on one thing at a time. I'm so bad. Basically, I have 2 stories from work that are really interesting and really funny that they piss me off. I got really mad. So the first one is, and this one took place throughout the week, so I'm going to talk about this one first. Same, work sucks. Basically, there is a coworker of mine who alleges that she placed files in a downstairs like file closet that we have at my job, right? My job is a 2-story office. Downstairs we rent it out to one of our partners, and our office is all upstairs, but we have a closet downstairs that we use. And we placed all the files down there as well as in the big conference room, which is also ours. And basically, she's alleging that last year in the summertime, she left a big stack of files down there. And she randomly one day was like, where are these files? There's some things that I need from them. I can't find them. We direct her to a drawer where, because we were instructed when going through files, which we don't remember that pile, mind you. Out of like 6 people in the office, 4 people don't remember it, and the only one who remembers is his coworker and my boss, who literally has pet names for her, named like Scooby Snack and Cinnamon Roll and Honey Bun, and so favoritism, which will play in the story. And so none of us can remember like this file of paper. And we only remember a cart that we all had upstairs that the 3 executive people left files on, and us, the 3 admin people, were told, pick up the files, whatever has wet signatures, a recordation date, or, ew, I don't like that anteater. Her color makes me want to throw up. Or is like some kind of note talking about money, don't toss it. Right? They're like cringy names. I know. They're like, don't throw it away, which we didn't, which is why we only had a drawer left, because a lot of the file work was from like the 90s, which we don't need anymore. And she kept pushing this idea that there was a stack of paper downstairs. So our boss brought us all into the office and was like, I'm just going to name her N. I'm not going to say her real name. She's like, N is saying that she remembers a stack of paper this high downstairs. Where is that stack of paper? And all of us are looking at each other, the other 4 of us, including one of the other executives there. And we're just like, we don't know what you're talking about. Like, there was no stack of paper. Then she sends us 3 admin the next day to go looking for it, which already kind of pissed me off because 1, this person, N, kind of had no idea what they were looking for to begin with. And 2, were sending us to search for something that she had misplaced or lost, or even worse, put somewhere and didn't communicate to anyone in the office that it needed to be worked on, right? But anyway, me and the 2 other admin people who I lead go and look for all the paperwork. And at a certain point, we're all together in a office space and we're like, yo, are they trying to pin this on us? Like, are they trying to find someone to blame or misplaced judgment on so that N doesn't get in trouble? Because ultimately, the one at the most fault is her, because she put something down there, didn't communicate it, no one else saw it, and now it's gone. So that's not on anyone except the person who didn't speak up. Then we continue to look around. Meanwhile, one of my coworkers named, I'm just going to call her D, goes to one of the executives, Jay, who's the executive that also doesn't remember seeing a stack of papers. And Jay says, you know what, actually, I remember that there wasn't a stack of files down there, but just a box that had a label on it that just said N, her full name, and then nothing else. So she didn't touch it. So she saw the box and didn't say anything, which her only fault as of right now is she didn't say anything during the meeting. She should have spoken up. But so no one remembers a stack of files. And then my boss comes to just me and my other coworker who's around my age and starts hounding, saying, well, did you check here? Did you check the closets? Did you look where I told you? We have to have those files. Where did they go? You guys don't remember working on them. Kind of trying to shift blame. And so because I could see that my coworker who I supervised was freaking out, I went into her office and I closed the door and I just started telling her, you know what, this is what we'll say. We're not at fault. And this is over a period of Monday through Wednesday, right? And this, what I'm talking about, occurred on Wednesday. And I'm like, you know, we're not at fault. We didn't misplace them. Ultimately, it's on the person who put them somewhere and didn't open their mouth and didn't communicate and didn't tell people, you know. And I said, we're just going to work on the files that we found, which don't apply to the stack that she's missing. We're going to get our work done and we're going to go. And Thursdays, our Fridays, because we don't work Fridays. So I'm like, we'll go and we'll be done. Then I come out of my coworker's office and I go to the restroom and I come back and my boss says, hey, Viviana, can you come into my office for a second? So I go in and she straight up looks at me and was like, why did you close that door? I'm sorry. And I was like, well, she said, is there an issue that we need to discuss? And I tell her, I'm lying dead ass to her face because at this point, this woman has been pissing me off trying to pin things on us. So I said, no, I'm like, there's not a problem. Why would there be a problem? And she's like, and she keeps hounding about the door being closed and the door being closed. And so I finally told her, I said, you know what? The issue is that D, my other coworker, whose name is also D, we'll call her DM. DM and I feel like you're coming to us a lot, asking us, where's this, where's that? When first of all, we don't know what we're looking for. And second of all, we're not the one that misplaced something. So we indirectly feel like we're having the blame shifted on us for something that we didn't do. And so then she's like, you know what? Bring her in. We're going to address this right now. Bring her in my office. And with the door open is straight up just lecturing us about why are we letting our emotions get the better of us if she already said no one's to blame, that she's not picking on anybody, that she just wants people to find this paperwork. And in my head, I'm like, then why don't you ask the damn woman who lost it? Send her on a wild goose chase to go look for the paperwork that she put somewhere that no one else in the office remembers, that you don't even know was there because you didn't go look. You're just believing her because she's your personal brown nose. Why don't you send her? And I just straight up told her, you know, well, you're sending people who didn't lose it to go look. So obviously, how are we supposed to know? And then she finally just let us out of her office and talked to the other girl about something. I'm sure it was regarding HR because this girl's also HR and I don't care. It's fine. But I was so agitated. I was like, how are you going to send us people to go look for something that we don't even know what it is that we're looking for? You know? This coworker sounds horrible. You know, the sad thing is I used to really like her, but now she does so much to appease the boss that I just can't stand her anymore. Toxic workplace indeed. It very much is. I've been trying to find a new job for so long now. I'm so glad I'm remote. Yeah, I didn't even cry, Lauren, but y'all, I was so irritated that my hands were shaking. I was so beyond upset that my hands were shaking. I was so mad. I was like, oh my God, you're really having me run around looking for a piece of paper that we don't even know what it is. I was pissed, y'all. I was so upset. She's so stinky. I know. Job hunting is hard. It was a wild goose chase, 𝐼𝐬. It was like looking for a turkey in an office. It was like we were looking for something that wouldn't be there, that doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense. We'll have to dish this out by 1 a.m. Please. And so I was livid. And then mind you, the other reason I was livid that day is because on Wednesday, No, on Monday, I was already pissed off at the start of the week. On Monday, my coworker Greg is like a site inspection guy, so he goes around and he looks at properties, right? And so he was going to be leaving Tuesday for 2 weeks. And then he came in on Monday and his birthday was Sunday, so we were like, let's celebrate his office, you know, his birthday in office on Monday, which I don't mind. I love Greg. He's such a sweetheart. We stand Greg. Okay, Greg slays. And he actually replaced the old gay coworker I had, Mike. They were friends, so they're very much similar, and I love them both. And my coworker Dee bakes cupcakes, right? And she bakes all the time. She's great at it. Love her. Shout out to her. But the first thing she brought was cookies, right? And they didn't have any happy birthday napkins near them or a plate or anything. And so my coworker DM goes and grabs a cookie and she lets me know, hey girl, there's cookies on the counter. You should go grab one. So then I go with her to grab a cookie. And by the time I go and grab them, now there's actual cupcakes set up, right? But they're kind of adjacent to the cookies. So I figured, oh, the cupcakes are probably for his birthday. I'm going to go and just grab a cookie, you know, and wait until the cupcakes are ready and we sing happy birthday. So I go and I grab a cookie. And I can see out of my peripheral that Jay, who we've had consistent problems with this woman for so long, she is watching DM and I in the kitchen. I go and I grab a cookie. I put it on my plate, y'all. I'm already preparing to rip it, like near my mouth to eat it. But it's not in my mouth, but it's in my hands. I'm touching the cookie. She comes to me and she looks at me and she just says, oh, no. And so I look at her and I'm like, no, what? I'm like, am I doing something wrong? I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, those are for the birthday. She straight up says, you have to put that back. Oh my God. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freak. She made me put my cookie back when I was already almost all the way through ripping it in half and I had my hands on it. And mind you, my hands are clean, but still, it's my hands. Everyone has bacteria they can't get. There's always that 1%, right? And she made me put it back on the plate with the other cookies. And you know what the crazy gag is, y'all? Is that Greg, I'm pretty sure, because I remember where I placed it. I tried to put it a little bit separate from the other cookies. Before we even sang happy birthday, this fool went and grabbed a cupcake and cookies and told them, like, I hope you don't mind. I grabbed something, you know, to eat. I don't know what we were doing. And he ate the cookie I put back. Oh my God. I was so pissed, y'all. I didn't even eat a cookie or a cupcake that day. I was so angry. I was like, you couldn't just tell me, you know what, you weren't supposed to grab that, but that's okay. Just set it to the side and maybe wait to eat it until we sing happy birthday. I would have been fine with that. But for you to come to me and be like, oh, no, and do a sarcastic ass laugh with your menopausal ass, and then tell me to put the cupcake back, or to put the cookie back. And she knows that it was bad, because later when we sing happy birthday and she's like, oh, everyone grab a cupcake. She's like, and also don't forget to grab a cookie. And she comes to me and she's like, you too. She's like, and she's like grabbing my shoulders trying to be affectionate. And she's like, sorry. She's like, I realized earlier that probably sounded bad. And I just said, no, it's okay. I was like, I brought my own snacks. I was like, I'm trying to be a little healthier today, so I'll pass on it, but thank you. Pissed me off. And my boss said nothing. She said nothing. She had nothing to say to that. Like, she had nothing to say to this woman telling me, put the cookie back on the tray. And then, you know, the gag is, I think the reason she did it is because I'll admit, me and my coworker DM, we eat the hell out of the pastries when they show up. We each grab one and we put one away for our moms. And then we figure, okay, there's enough for everyone to still have two. If people don't come and grab some in a couple hours, we're going to go to town on them because y'all aren't eating them. So we're going to eat them. So when she picked up a cookie, Jay, that day when we were celebrating Greg's birthday, she straight up said, I'm going to grab one now because from what I've learned before, from what I know, these will disappear really quick. So that's why she made me put the cookie back. It was never about wait for the birthday. It was because this woman wanted to make sure that she secured her bag of cookie. Even if it meant that I couldn't get one. Oh my God, oh my God. I was so angry last week. Monday started like that, and then my boss the whole week harassing us. I was like, I've never left quicker on Thursday in my life. Mind you, we also have a boss that we have to wait to be dismissed to leave the office. We can't just go as soon as it hits like 5:30. We have to wait. And so as soon as she was like, who's ready to... I literally grabbed my bags with my coworker DM and we just left. We walked down the stairs, we turned off the lights, and we went the hell home. Because I was like, you got me messed up. First you take my damn cookie. The only good thing, though, is I did steal a cookie when she wasn't looking, and I put it away from my mom. So, kiss my ass, Jay. I still had a cookie, but my mom had it. But yeah, it was bad. Let me read the chat, because I know I've been yapping, but I had to tell y'all that. I was so angry. Because listen, if I love one thing, it's food, okay? Especially sweets. I have such a sweet tooth, and you took a cookie from me. I was so angry. I was so angry. I was sweating because I was so angry. I had to go to the bathroom to cool off. I was so pissed. But yeah, so last week was a bad week, and that's when I was like, you know what? First, you treat me bad because my leg. And then there's power imbalance. Now you took my damn cookie. I'm sick of this place. So I'm looking for work. I've been applying left and right like crazy every single day. If someone poked me so much about the closed door, I would get frustrated and say I was doing dirty things in there. You got a problem. Oh my God. Putting it back is crazy. It's insane. Because like, girl, that's my cookie. Why would you make someone put their food back? Exactly. She sounds like an old aunt with all the audacity power trip. Yeah, well, it makes sense why she's never had a successful marriage now. Clear why there's always been a divorce in the picture. At worst, I would have said, hold on to it at your desk. Exactly. You could have said, like, don't eat it. But why do you say, no, I'll put it back? Excuse me? When will she be hit with reality? She'll know? Yeah, hopefully. The no is what will get me. First degree? Catherine. Oh my God. We writing a diss about her ASAP? Listen, I'm about to call Kendrick as a resident Cali, the Cali resident. I'm calling for you to write a diss about my coworker who stole my cookie. Thank you very much. I would never be able to eat a cookie again. I was so angry. The pastry better be in someone's stomach than to be thrown away. Yeah, exactly. And so I was really upset. You have a dismissal. I wish I was a manager so I could be good at it. Yeah, we have our manager dismisses us from the office. We don't get to just leave. Are we getting rated? Liz Pastel, hello. Liz, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for rating. Welcome back, by the way. I did go in and leave a like on stream. I always do. I always leave likes even if I can't lurk. Welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope it went really, really well in stream. I hope that the vibe came to you. I'm sure it did. You're always really great about holding conversation. I envy it, honestly. But thank you all for rating. I don't know how to say that name. Can I call you Loaf? Like a loaf of bread? Welcome in. Joshi! Hi, welcome in. How are you? I've missed you as well. I hope you're doing well. It's so good to be back, I'm sure. It always feels good when you take a break, but then coming back always feels nice as well, because you miss it. I wrote the song lyrics in elementary school. Let's go, please. But I hope you're all doing good. I will grab links in a moment. Just give me 1 second. We were just talking about some things that happened at work. And the summary of it is basically last Monday, my coworker made me put a cookie back that I picked up, thinking that it wasn't for a birthday and we could just eat it. And she told me, no, you have to put that back. And so I had to put a cookie back at work. And then I had my boss harassing me all week. So I was just very on edge all last week. I was a mess. Let me get this link. Hold on. I'm going to do it with my own name. I got you. I'm on my phone doing it. This is so ghetto. I'm sorry. I got you, Liz. Don't worry. Go sub to Liz. Here you go. There's Liz's link. And then Joshy, I got you. Don't move, chat. Where's Joshy? Come here. I'm literally doing it on my phone. I'm so sorry. I tried going to the channels on my computer and it doesn't work. Everyone, go sub to everyone whose links I've dropped, whose links I am dropping. They're amazing, and I wouldn't tell you to go watch them if I didn't mean it. And that's on period. But I'm glad it went well. I'm glad that you came back and that you're happy and that you feel motivated to do it again. That's what's most important. That it's what you want to do. That's always really what's most important. Your dress is amazing. Thank you. Would you like the code for it? Let me see. I don't know if I have the code actually, but I have the name. The name is Fairy Dress. And then I have another, actually no, the one I'm wearing is called Rose Fairy -4. So if you look that up, you'll get this dress, but I didn't make it. I'm not good at making clothes. You don't have Nintendo Online? I'm so sorry. Yeah, my coworkers are very much big jerks, and they're very mean. I hate to rate and run, but I have to go to Costco. Girl, I just went to Costco today too. Go have fun at Costco. Thank you for leaving the stream on. I appreciate you. Thank you for rating, and we're really happy to have you back. You've always been such a light, and you've always been really sweet to me, so I appreciate you, girl, and have fun at Costco. Get a Costco hot dog. If you eat them, I don't know. Go eat the samples. That's all I did today. I was just with my mom so I could taste food. That's basically why I went there. You're gonna make me cry. I love you. Thank you for rating. I appreciate. And have fun. Yes, get that hot dog, girl. If no one has been to Costco and had the hot dog, please go. If you have someone who has a membership and you can go with them and get one, please go get it. It's really good. Their sandwiches there are really good. They used to have churros. They don't anymore, which makes me really sad. But they have giant cookies now, which are pretty good. And then they have like an iced coffee drink that I love. I was gonna buy it, but the line was really long and I was not feeling like waiting in line 15 minutes for a coffee. There's no Costco near me. I'm so sorry. Also, hello, aloha, welcome in. How are you? Now that we're past the work stuff, though, I do want to get into the conversation about watcher entertainment. And as usual, y'all know, I have the Google Docs sitting in front of me, where I'm gonna read off. You don't have a Costco? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna build one for you when I'm rich. Basically, so for anyone that doesn't know, these people, if I use my mouse, can y'all see it? I don't know if you can. Can y'all see? Brings, welcome in. Hello, thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. Enjoy your lurk. I will get, Nightbot's kind of acting stupid, so I will get links for people on my phone in a moment. Because Nightbot is being ratchet. And I'm sorry. The nearest Costco to me is like on the other side of the planet. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You know how I feel about that though? I tried Costa Coffee in London and it makes me sad that I can never have it again because it was really good. Thank you. I'm trying. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. You can't. Okay. I'm gonna look up at the corner. You see up there those three men sitting on the couch? That is Watcher Entertainment. And they are three members who were formerly in BuzzFeed. And the one on the left, yes, left, you got it right, Viviana. On the left, it goes by the name Stephen Lim. The one in the center goes by Ryan Bergara. And the one on the right goes by Shane Madej, I believe. and we're going to talk about them. And I have all my notes written. It's like 5 pages of stuff, but I want to get into it. So the origin story of 𝐜𝐻𝐿 is these 3 people used to work at BuzzFeed on a variety of shows. You gotta go. It's 2 a.m. Please go to sleep. It's okay, 𝐼𝐬𝐿𝐜𝐿. Go to sleep. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Don't say sorry. Please go rest. It's okay. Why are we playing Christmas music right now? We can't be doing this. But the origin story of 𝐜𝐻𝐿 is it was founded in 2019 by Ryan Bergara, Shane Madej, and Stephen Lim. And it was officially launched January 10th of 2020. So they launched it about a year after having founded it. Most of the series for 𝐜𝐻𝐿 Entertainment are free to view on YouTube, while there is a 𝐜𝐻𝐿 Weekly Plus package exclusive to the Patreon. Mind you, I believe they have 3 to 5 tiers on Patreon. I think it's 5 actually. And so that's one form of income. Keep that in mind. And the podcasts that they have that are most popular are Hidden Narratives from the year of 2020, Pod 𝐜𝐻𝐿 from 2023, For Your Amusement from 2023, and Are You Scared, which had a brief release, I think last year as well, but I wasn't able to confirm a date on that, so I don't know. And April 19th, 2024 is kind of when ish hit the fan. So basically, they announced 𝐜𝐻𝐿 TV, and it was going to be this exclusive streaming service where they were going to be backlogging all of their series content, where the first episode would premiere on YouTube and the rest of the season would only be available on 𝐜𝐻𝐿 TV. And the payment plans were $5.99 per month or $59.99 per month. But before I really get into that side of it, I do want to discuss where they came from. So like I mentioned, they all came from BuzzFeed. I believe that Shane and Ryan started there as interns, and Stephen Lim already came in as a junior producer. But the BuzzFeed really took off with BuzzFeed Unsolved, which was a show spearheaded initially by Ryan and a man named Brett, but then it became Ryan and Shane, which is when it really took off. And it started February 4th of 2016 and ran until November 19th of 2021. And it was so successful, y'all, to the point that BuzzFeed Unsolved had its own channel called BuzzFeed Unsolved Network, where it was just things, oh, I love Wade. It was just exclusively for that show. And then it devolved into 𝐜𝐻𝐿 Entertainment when in 2019, a lot of people were leaving BuzzFeed because of a lot of internal issues with management. And according to an actual article that I found from the Published Press, January of 2024 is when Stephen Lim took full CEO duties and ownership of 𝐜𝐻𝐿 Entertainment, as Ryan and Shane's goals were more on the creative side and did not, quote unquote, align with management and bigger business decisions, allegedly. Stephen Lim now oversees a team of 20 plus people and makes most, if not all, of the executive decisions. So keep that in mind. The key players, I know I've mentioned their names, so I'm going to kind of go into the history of them. Thank you for lurking, Lauren. I hope that you're doing okay. The story of them, we're going to start with, I guess, Stephen Lim, since he's on the left. So according to what I could find on Stephen Lim, and I'm going to be honest, I couldn't find much. He was born November 12th of 1990, so he's age 33. His current occupation is CEO and producer of 𝐜𝐻𝐿 and 𝐜𝐻𝐿 TV, but his former occupation was host and producer of BuzzFeed television shows, his most popular being Worth It, which he would co-host, which was basically, and he would do it with a co-star named Andrew something, I cannot say his last name, where they would basically try foods from cheap to like super duper luxurious and expensive, like thousands of dollars on a dish. And he was born in Ohio. He actually obtained a degree in chemical engineering, which I thought was really interesting. But he joined BuzzFeed in 2015 as a junior video producer, where he tried making shows, like one called Asian parents have the S talk with their daughters, but it never really worked out. But then he started producing other shows featuring Ryan and Shane, which tended to be the most successful. And he actually studied at Northern Illinois University and transferred to College of Columbia, I believe. And then he left BuzzFeed alongside Ryan and Shane to kind of create their own shows where he could serve as CEO, because that was always kind of his goal, was to be like at the top of the food chain. And then the guy who's in the middle, he's wearing the black beanie, Ryan Bergara, he was born November 26th of 1990, so he's also 33 years old. I believe. I think that's who he is. Yeah, he's also, dang, they're the same age. That's crazy. His current occupation, he's an executive producer and co-creator of The Watcher. His former occupation was he was a host of BuzzFeed shows. He was California born and raised. He studied here at Chapman University and he received a degree in journalism. So he started interning for BuzzFeed in 2014. And 2015 to 2016, he began kind of appearing on shows. But in 2016, like I mentioned before, BuzzFeed Unsolved premiered in February, and that's kind of when his career took off, and he would work alongside Shane to make those shows really what they were. And even though they left BuzzFeed in 2019, they signed a contract, him and Shane, to continue to do BuzzFeed Unsolved as like contract employees through November 2021. And then he married his longtime girlfriend in 2022 after about 5 years of dating her. So he sounds like he's had a pretty fortunate run in the industry. Alligator. Shane Madej, he was born May 6, 1986. So he's 37. He's a little bit older. And he is currently an executive producer and co-creator of Watcher, but he used to be a co-host of BuzzFeed shows, mainly alongside Ryan. And he was born in Illinois with a brother. He studied at Northern Illinois University and then transferred later to Columbia. I believe that was meant for Shane and not Steven, so I'm going to redact that statement from Steven. This is meant for Shane. And he also began as an intern in 2014 at BuzzFeed, and then moved December 2016 to replace Brent on BuzzFeed Unsolved, and then that's kind of when his career took off with Ryan. And then they had other side shows they would do. Like, I know there was one, I'm not sure if anyone ever watched, they would call themselves the Ghoul Boys, if you guys would ever watch them. But Ryan and Shane also had this thing where they would go to like Knott's Berry Farm and try foods every year for like the Berry Festival, I think is what it's called. And they had a variety of other shows and they would participate in BuzzFeed's other things. I personally think because they were the most popular, so they wanted to get the most clicks. But he also left in 2019. He signed that contract for Unsolved in 2021. And then he married his longtime partner, Sarah Rubin. Remember that name because she's going to come back later. Who they'd been dating, I think, since 2016, 2015, sometime around there. So those are like the key people. Now, to give you kind of an eyeball on the amount of shows and production, the high production that Watcher has, these are the only shows I could find that are kind of really popular, but they still have a ton more. They have Are You Scared, which is with Ryan and Shane. They have Dish Granted with Stephen Lim. Notice that a lot of Stevens involves expensive food. It's a pattern. Keep that in the back of your head. Ghost Files with Ryan and Shane, Grocery Run with Stephen Lim, Homemade with Stephen Lim, Puppet History, namely with Shane, Too Many Spirits with Ryan and Shane, Top 5 Beatdown with Ryan and Shane, Spooky Small Talk with Ryan, Tourist Trapped with Ryan and Shane, Weird and Our Wonderful World with Ryan and Shane, and then Worth a Shot with Ricky Wang, who is a staffer. So, as y'all can see, Ryan and Shane kind of run this company, even if Stephen Lim wants to think otherwise. They're really the face of Watcher Entertainment. Really, the only reason people watch Watcher is for them. Their faces are all over the merch. Any merchandise that sells out is coming through Ryan or Shane. So they're really the most prevalent, but at the end of the day, they no longer hold all the power, at least as of January 2024, according to the published press, because Stephen Lim took that when he became CEO. I've been talking so much. I need to drink water. Ugh, we're okay. I was choking for a second. I needed a minute. I really hope I'm not getting sick. I'm gonna cry. But now we're gonna get to the drama, which is when all of this ensued. So, as I mentioned before, April 19th, they made their video called Goodbye YouTube. And my main sources for this are Variety articles and then videos and critique from Moist Critical, because I love him. Shout out to Charlie. And so that's where I got this from. And a quote that I pulled from Variety regarding their Goodbye YouTube video, which is when they came on and they shared that they were going to like transition to Watcher TV and basically kind of abandon YouTube. The quote that I pulled from them, they described it as this. They said, after building its business on YouTube and generating more than 400 million views on the platform, Watcher Entertainment will now offer full series of its original unscripted content, including Ghost Files, Mystery Files, and Puppet History, exclusively on its new subscription-based streaming service. And then Charlie, his general notes that he shared were that obviously it was subscription-based, it was paywalled content strategy, and they're a popular YouTube group. They make really well-produced content. They have 3 million subscribers, more than 50%, it's alleged, of their earnings comes through advertisement. So they're doing pretty well on YouTube. And each video earns more than 1 million views, mind you. And the video critiques that I pulled from Variety and also from Charlie are, well, these are from Charlie. And these are kind of direct quotes from him. That's an alligator. I'm getting so many alligators today. What's going on? See you later, alligator. Beach. Charlie had this to say. He said, this is my last, one of the quotes that he pulled that he thought was really ridiculous, as do I, came from Shane. I'm very disappointed. Where he said, if this is my last time on YouTube, then what a effing ride it's been. Okay. And then he also made good points saying the content you were getting for free is no longer going to be free. He also really attacked Stephen Lim on the point where Stephen Lim straight up said, we want to keep the price low enough where everybody and anybody can afford it, but where it can support everything we do here, which is, as Charlie said, extraordinarily out of touch. And he's actually using his own statistics to go against them, because Moist Critical owns a company where he helps YouTubers with branding and getting advertisements, where he has people that he has to pay because he has another company where it's a bunch of gamers who compete. And he basically said how they have over 12,000 Patreon members in 5 different tiers. They sell out of merchandise all the time. They have great brand deals. They have good advertisements. And he pulled from his own brain through the company that he helps run for branding and advertising that the Watcher Entertainment Company is probably making between $15,000 to $40,000 per branded advertisement. And they have one every single video on top of YouTube ads and on top of Patreon and on top of merchandise and on top of something which we discover, I love him, later, that they also have exclusive tiers on the Watcher website already outside of Watcher TV. So that's like 5 different avenues of income, right? And the Variety had a quote regarding this where they said, the announcement did not go over well. Watcher's move to a $6 per month paid subscription elicited a range of mostly negative reactions from fans, or perhaps now former fans, spanning anger, incredulity, I can't say that word, I hope I said it right, sarcasm and sadness, as well as calls to reverse the decision. And did they reverse that decision? Literally, I think, I cannot do math, 3 days later, on April 22nd, 2024, they came out with a video titled, I don't know what it was titled, but basically it's them saying we're sorry. And Variety had, I pulled 2 quotes from Variety regarding this. The first one says, in response to a torrent of negative comments, watchers Stephen Lim, Ryan Bergara, and Shane Madej said they were revising the plan and will now make their originals available for free on YouTube 1 month after subscribers get access to them. In addition to making new episodes available 1 month for free on YouTube after the subscription platform debut, Watcher fans who pay for Patreon subscription will receive a free subscription code to the Watcher stream platform. And they'll refund basically anyone who isn't happy. And mind you, before Patreon wasn't going to get that subscription. They were going to have to pay for Patreon and for Watcher TV. Joshi, have a good sleep. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Have a good night's rest. I hope you have good dreams or no dreams at all. Either are good. And sleep well. I appreciate you for coming in with the raid. You're always so sweet. And if y'all love DDV and Animal Crossing and Palia, please go follow Joshi, especially when it comes to Palia, because I have no clue what I'm doing. And Joshi is very skilled. So go follow there if you need tips. But thank you so much. I love you too. I will not stop. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Who is that? Matthew, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope your weekend is going well. I forget that it's Saturday. I feel like the weekend is going too quick. I don't want to go back to work. But I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for being here. We're just talking about a channel called Watcher Entertainment. They're the guys sitting on the chairs up at the top, and how they kind of messed up on YouTube because they were trying to charge people for content that used to be free, which is very bad. And then the way Charlie then, Moist Critical, addresses their apology and basically says they were right for talking about, like, just getting right into it and apologizing and acknowledging the fans. But they never addressed why they really need the money. Like, they kind of just implied, well, we just need it. But they never really got into exactly why and where that money was going. Because, you know, I doubt they're spending like $500,000, $1 million per episode on production. And if they are, they really need to cut back and look at themselves, because that's kind of ridiculous. I'm doing good. I was playing Mario Kart. I haven't played Mario Kart in so long. I definitely should eventually. They did do that, Matthew. They did. They retracted it. They took it back. And now I think they're making the necessary changes, but you know, it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and it makes you upset because you see that people are kind of being greedy. And YouTube greed is a very real thing. But it even extends past YouTube. I thought the money was for international ghost hunting. Oh, also welcome in, Niners. Hi. That it is very shocking, and maybe that's what it was for. But you know, the tea is, and I didn't put this on here and I meant to, but Steven actually invited literally a week before this announcement, Stephen Lim, the now CEO, invited 2 co-workers, one of them, I believe, the Andrew guy, who they used to do the rating of cheap food to really expensive food on the network of BuzzFeed. But now there were words flying around that they were going to change it, where they were going to travel to places to taste different food. Worth it, yeah. Thank you for lurking, Loaf. I appreciate you. And Wath it. I didn't even notice that. I'm so blind. But also, let me get links. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Before I continue, I am terrible. Do I have these commands still? I think I do. Nightbot is being really bad, and I'm sorry. Is it gonna work? If it doesn't work, I'll grab links. I apologize. What the heck? Oh, is that not her command? Hold on. Nightbot is being very picky and choosy today. I'm so sorry. There it is. See, it's stupid. Okay. There we go. But there was word flying around that Stephen Lim was going to travel to places in the world with his 2 coworkers and try cheap, too expensive foods at actual restaurants across the globe. So he was trying to invest more money in himself in the show that he wanted to do and not show for Ryan and Shane, which I don't know if that's true or not. That was what was flying around by a lot of people in the community, and so that's tea. But the reason I told y'all to remember Shane's wife, Sarah Rubin, and the reason I say that greed can extend past the YouTube platform is because she took to Tumblr and she created a post basically saying how people shouldn't be so quick to judge, that they wanted to put in the money to the network. And then people dug up her past, because whenever you speak out and it's a wrong take, people are going to go and find your past. It's crazy. For good or for worse. And they found out that she recently bought like $1,000 or $100 luxury bag. And then she's in her post talking about how they're struggling with money. So she kind of bit herself in the butt by speaking up when she should have just minded her business. Did you see what I said about Pride and Prejudice? I did. And I love that you shared that, because I love Pride and Prejudice. That's my favorite film of all time. And you just reminded me that Bridgerton comes back in like 2 weeks. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my God. I just hit a button on my keyboard. Wait. Okay, sorry. I just exited out of something I didn't mean to do. I'm very excited. But you know, on the topic of YouTube greed, I wanted to dig more on where greed like stems from actually psychologically. No. And so I actually found, I believe it was a video or an article from Psychology Today, where they basically said the rich tend to moralize greed and self-interest more than day-to-day working class or the lower class. And tests were actually run on the poor, middle class, and the rich to see who would donate random change. And more often than not, the rich would put their interest above others. And the rich are also more likely to lie in negotiations, aka lying to customers or taking bribes or shortcuts to advance themselves and tame their competing motivations in their head, even if it's at the risk of other people around them. And it stems from the dream of wanting to work hard, getting what you want, kind of like the American dream in America. And the idea is the wealthier you are, the more you are likely to push for success at the detriment of those around you. And you care more for equality, but not equity. You want everyone to have equal opportunities, but you don't think that certain people should get more advancement just because of their disadvantages, or that someone who's wealthier should get less, if that makes sense. Because there's a difference between equality and equity. They're not the same. And then I really just liked the take Charlie had, where he said you're getting the content that was once free on a platform where you now have to pay for it. That already kind of spells out a little bit. And I think the new model they're doing is great. And I think that's the model they should have done first. But, you know, mistakes were made, and it is what it is. It happens. We'll probably do like 30 more tickets, and then I'll wrap, because I'm not the type to do 100+ tickets. I can't do it. I don't even know if I'll make it to 30. I hope I find somebody, y'all. I've had such bad luck on this island with finding people. I, by some miracle, found Marshall. I don't know how. And it wasn't on stream. It was like right after stream ended. Would you play another... That heart is in the way and I can't read that. But I will as soon as the heart is gone, I promise. But the whole watcher thing was really interesting. So that was occupying my time. But then as that was happening, and that is the picture that is beneath the three guys sitting, Drake and Kendrick. Oh my God. It's just... Oh, actually, before I get to that, I did want to drop other examples. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Other examples of people who've exemplified greed in the YouTube space, which is why I'm so disappointed in Ryan and Shane, because I really love them, are like Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. When they collaborated together to do makeup, even Shane Dawson, even though he's never touched a makeup brush in his life, probably doesn't even know what like primer and foundation is until Jeffree taught him. That was very greedy and calculated. James Charles and Tati Westbrook is another one. Stephen Lim, I'm sorry. Disney is a great example. Gaming companies, you know, like the pay-to-play model is a greedy model, which I feed into. I love Fortnite, so I'm part of the problem. But there's examples of greed in day-to-day, especially though with people who are on a platform, because their lives are always on display. You can always tell, and so it's not hard to calculate that. You can get rid of the heart by going into stream steady. You have to do it every stream? Oh, that's so aggravating. That's so interesting. I read Poverty by America, and the rich get the most government assistance. Do they? Because that's going to piss me off. That's going to make me upset. Especially because, mind y'all, I'm sure I've shared before, but for those who don't know, I work in the affordable housing industry. And even if I don't work there anymore, I'm always going to be an advocate for affordable and homeless housing. Always, always. And I'm a very strong advocate now for what is called mixed housing or workforce housing, because that's to cater to the people in the middle. Because now people with middle incomes can't even afford an apartment or a home. Only the rich can afford a home, especially here in Cali. And so I'm always going to be an advocate for helping the poor and the needy. And the fact that the rich are getting more government assistance than us is very mind-boggling to me. The 2008 company who didn't need to be paid back, which didn't need to be paid back? What? I need to look into that. Hold on. Hi, Rig. How are you? Talk about Dan TDM. What is that? We're going to look it up live. Give me a moment. Dan TDM. What is that? Oh, that's a person. What happened with him? Reason for retirement. Why did he retire? He wanted to spend time with his own family and kids. He wanted to retire from the YouTube mindset. Interesting. Oh, but he came back though. He came back. Reason for quitting? I wonder why. Do you have insight on that? The company bailouts. Oh, yes. I remember. I'm sorry. That heart was in my way and I couldn't read. I was like, company who? Yeah, it's lame that you have to get rid of the heart every stream. Yeah, it's going to drive me insane. I don't know if I can commit to that. But the world it's a very greedy world. Have a good night. I'm calling you Loaf. I hope that's okay. Or Loafy. I can call you, or you want me to call you something else? You can let me know. Thank you for coming with the raid. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed your time. This is a lot of what my streams are. It's just us discussing things happening and primarily entertainment, but also just world news in general. We tend to keep it very PC though. No crazy debatable things, you know. But I hope you had a good time. Camp! Hi Camp, how are you? Welcome in. I don't know if your link will work. Let me try. Nightbot. Yes, it's working. Welcome in Camp. How are you? How's the 𝐼𝐬𝐞𝐝 going? It's going. We're about to get into the Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff because I need to talk about this with someone. I'm losing my mind. Sir 𝐜𝐤𝐞𝐝, how are you? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I always love saying your name and seeing your picture. It's so funny. Yeah, and a lot of tax credits benefit people that are middle class. Yeah, they do. And so I first home buyer tax credits. Yep. It's very, I have opinions. I want to hear y'all's opinions. Okay, though, hold on. Who here doesn't know about what's been happening with Drake and Kendrick? Who's like completely out of the loop? I'm very much immersed to the point that last night I didn't go to bed like at all. I was up so late. I was so enthralled by what was happening. 𝐼𝐸𝐿 was like, I'm out. Yeah, he's a smart man. I'm doing well, thanks. Cam's link doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Let me grab Cam's link really quickly. Hold on. I just found out this morning. Okay, we're gonna get into it because y'all, it's a mess. Let me get Camp's new link if I could find it. If you would give it to me. Ugh, come on now. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. We're going hunting for Camp. Where is Camp? There she is. I see her. I got you, girl. Don't even worry about it. Let me go back to my stream. And then I'll make sure to change that link. Oh, okay. It worked. Okay. I'm a soft girl. Don't hurt me, please. Basically, Drake and Kendrick have been going back and forth for years now. And from what I remember, I believe that this stemmed from Kendrick Lamar. No, it stemmed from Drake, but we're going to actually look it up. Let me see. Drake versus Kendrick timeline. And then we're going to read this live on stream together. But basically, last night Drake dropped a response to 2 diss tracks that came out from Kendrick in response to a diss track that came out from Drake in response to a little verse that Kendrick dropped. And literally, y'all, 6 minutes after Drake dropped his diss track, Kendrick dropped his. And he had mentioned at one point that, how do you know that I don't have people in your corner that are actually in my corner? And then he drops a song 6 minutes after Drake. There's no way. There's no way that Kendrick doesn't have people working for Drake, working for him. There's just no way. And so it's a whole mess. Why did they even beef? From what I heard, it started, it may have started with Drake. That's what I'm hearing from the public, but I want to look into it more, and I gotta like have a whole stream for this, I think. But right now I just want to vent out my emotions because I'm like, I can't do it. Who do I think won? Okay, I obviously have a little bias because of where Kendrick is from, West Side, Cali. And then I've always liked Kendrick anyway. I've always thought Kendrick was a great rapper. I will say that on, I think Like That and Euphoria, which are Kendrick's like 2 diss tracks, are a lot better than anything Drake has really dropped, because Drake's offenses have been kind of like minuscule, whereas Kendrick is kind of like pulling apart Drake and dissecting him. However, this last diss track, y'all, that Kendrick dropped, he literally opens us up by saying, "Dear Adonis." Adonis is the name of Drake's son, who he was hiding from like everybody, the fact that he was a baby father, or that he had a baby mama. Am I okay? And he was not in his son's life. And so he opens it up by saying, "Dear Adonis," and then he addresses Drake's mom, Sandra, and he addresses Drake's dad. He addresses that Drake allegedly has another daughter whose life he's not involved in. He alleges that like Drake was on the island, that he has a trafficking ring. He alleges that like Drake is a PDF man, if you know what that means, that he was like involved with children. And so it was a whole mess. When I heard the diss, my heart, I'm in a Discord with a bunch of other people where we talked about it, and we were all freaking out. We were like, we didn't even have time to digest Drake's diss track before Kendrick dropped his. And the only reason, Millie Bobby Brown, yes, but there are others too, Lauren. There's others. It's crazy. The only reason people were like, Kendrick is too slow, and Kendrick was making a point that Drake was so predictable. So his response was like, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah. Drake being in the DMs of Billy. Did you? Oh my God, you just reminded me, y'all. Did y'all see that comment? I have to leave before I take him. I have to leave. That comment from Drake when Billie Eilish, let me see if I can find it. The post of Billie Eilish. Let me see. Because it's literally so incriminating. Billie Eilish, 18 years old, IG post, and then Drake. Let me see. It has to be real. But I basically saw on TikTok, someone started, I'm gonna choke. I saw on TikTok a comment from Drake when Billie was talking about how she turned 18, where Drake put like the tongue emoji, where it's like the hot emoji with the tongue out, where he said, I've been waiting. Been waiting on what, Drake? Been waiting on what? And there's another picture I have. Hold on. Because Drake just dug himself a hole. I'm so deep in it, y'all. Wait. There's another tweet that I took a photo of. I know I have it. I have to have it. If not, I'm going to lose it. Where is it? Oh my goodness. I have to have it. It was basically... Oh, it's on my Twitter. Hold on. Y'all, it's so bad. Drake be in the DMs of Billy and maybe Barley Brown. Yeah, before they were 18. And allegedly Kendrick has an 18-minute version of the track. If it's 18 minutes, you gotta just be saying that your mouth stink. Please. Oh my God, it's a mess. Let me see if I can find the bookmark. I bookmarked so many things, y'all. There's a tweet that Drake made. Damn it, I can't find it anymore. I think it might have gotten deleted. But it's basically a tweet from a long time ago where Drake said, if being bad was a young girl, then I'm down bad for real. Then I'm down bad for real. He was like 25 when he wrote that. What do you mean, Drake? What do you mean by that? Oh my God. So stupid. And then there's a tweet from 2012 which would make this girl around the age that Drake is implying, where around the age that Kendrick is implying, where Drake said, he just tweeted baby girl, period. And then it's like, huh? And then there's so much happening. Oh my God. There's and then that, like you mentioned, Millie Bobby Brown, he was texting Millie Bobby Brown when she was 14 years old. What business do you have talking with a 14-year-old, Drake? What business do you have? I'm sorry, but I never liked the Drake Megan thing, and honestly, we ain't even talking about the alleged BBL and Ozempic. I know. Oh my God. And then they're talking about how Drake had his abs done. And like they're showing the proof. And then Kendrick Lamar's cover of his latest diss is literally someone in Drake's camp who took a photo of Drake's medication and Ozempic is lying on the bed. Oh my goodness. That's why I'm like, now it's not even beef anymore. I'm stressed because I'm worried that someone, this is alleged YouTube, okay? But I'm worried someone is not going to wake up tomorrow. Like, I'm legit worried that this is gonna end poorly. And even though I don't like Drake, I don't wish that for him. But I love Kendrick. You can't do Kendrick like that. I haven't seen him in concert yet. I haven't seen Kendrick in concert. You can't do that to me. You can't. And oh my God, at a certain point, girl, I was gonna talk about this today. Girl, if you get on stream today, I'm going. Y'all, be ready for camp stream because we're gonna talk about Kendrick and Drake over there, and I have a lot to say. I'm gonna have a whole separate stream for this, y'all, because there's so much for me to say. I want to dig deep into this. I want to know the root of it. I want to know why. Like, what made it get to this point? Because it's so nasty. It's gotten so nasty. He wanted to go to Millie's barber for that haircut. But if the Kendrick stuff is true, honestly, Kendrick has more to lose because Kendrick is the only one with a good reputation. Yeah. Oh, the 𝐜𝐻𝐼𝐬𝐜𝐿 Foundation? Yeah, that's another thing. But, you know, I'll leave that to you because that's just outright stupid. But this whole Kendrick thing is a mess. And then he's alleging that Kendrick, like, was a wife. Like, he would treat his wife terrible and that his kid isn't his. But, like, all of that was allegedly debunked. And, like, it's just sad. You know, at this point, Drake, I don't think you're even watching this. But, Drake, if you're watching this, shut up. Just don't respond, Drake. Just mind your business. Just go back and watch your son. Like, don't talk about it anymore. Don't go back and forth. Because the thing is, y'all, like, Drake, he runs with people who are big and bad, right? But he's a guy who grew up in a gentrified neighborhood. He grew up in, like, private school. Like, he had an advantageous life. Kendrick Lamar grew up in Compton. The people that Drake runs with and the people that Kendrick runs with are not the same. I know. J. Cole's boiling spaghetti. He's out taking a walk in the park, listening to the birds chirp in his ear. He's out singing like Snow White to the birds. J. Cole is you know what? J. Cole, I give you your 10s. You are the smartest man in this whole entire rap beef. That is the smartest man. Because he knew from the jump, as soon as he dissed Kendrick, he's like, you know what, my bad. He apologized. And then Kendrick left him alone. And you know why he apologized too? Because then J. Cole showed up on the album of Future and The Weeknd and Metro Boomin, who all have beef with Drake. So J. Cole was already working with the guys who hate Drake when he was pretending to be best friends with Drake. And then now Kanye West is talking about how he hates Drake. And so all these people are jumping in. It's becoming literally like an Avengers Endgame, where Kendrick and his team are on one side and Drake and his are on the other. These dudes, I can't get over that. J. Cole bowed out and won. Yeah, you know who the winner is of this rap battle? J. Cole. I'm about to go blast some workout and some role models in my bedroom. Like, I can't, you know how tired I was? This morning, Kendrick Lamar started playing in the car and Drake, I had to skip both. I can't even hear them right now anymore. I can't even listen to them. I can't even hear their voices. Because I'm fatigued. And I am on the edge that someone is going to drop something today. Like, something's going to come out. Did I ever tell you we went to the same college, me and J. Cole? Lucky? J. Cole. Lil Wayne is like, damn, Nicki lost first, now Drake. He's like, I can't have anything. He's got to throw Tyga out there. He's got to hope Tyga will stick. Well, Kanye been hating Drake? Yeah. Oh, because he hit on Kim and not him? Please. Yeah, Kanye's a little off his rocker, but... You know, I think the thing, you know, the main issue they have with Drake, y'all, and I'm going to say this just to clarify what's happening, and I think where the root cause is, because I am going to have a separate stream for this, because I don't think it's ending here. I wish it would, but it's not going to. Drake comes, obviously, he came from a white neighborhood, right? Which isn't what, him being half white, half black, isn't what Kendrick and other rappers are alleging that makes him less of a black man. What made him, according to them, not me, okay, because I have no say in this, I'm spitting what Kendrick and other people are putting down, is that because he grew up in a white neighborhood around a very limited amount of black culture and black kids and black people, and he then came to America and tried to claim the heritage and claim the violence and pretend that he's like this big gangster who comes from this really effed up background, but really his parents just got divorced and his dad was out of the picture, which is a sad thing, but that's probably the saddest thing. The rest of his life was very easy. He was an actor on a show. His mom was always in his corner. And he comes here trying to rock like big chains and pretend like he's this big and bad gangster. is what is setting people off, because they're like, but you've never even been to jail, you've never been about that life, you've never really spoken for the black culture. And honestly, the one example that really shows that he hasn't is in his song, which he made before Kendrick dropped his latest disc called Family Matters. Drake basically said something along the lines of like, Kendrick makes music like he thinks that he's freeing the slaves. In 2024, you just said that? That is crazy. That is crazy. When I heard him spit that, I had to stop the song. I was like, okay, Drake. I was like, all right. Why would you say that? But I mean, he's also friends with Nicki Minaj, who literally made claims about Harriet Tubman wearing fancy dresses when she was taking slaves to freedom. So he runs in that circle of cuckoo. And no one attacked me, by the way, Barbs, if you're watching this. I was a Barb for a long time. I'ma still bump some Nicki's music. I can't support her and her wrongdoings, but if Super Bass comes on, I'm not gonna skip it. Hello. But it's just a mess, and it just got really, it was to the point yesterday, and there's this streamer I watch called 𝐜𝐻𝐿, who I think encapsulated it very well. It doesn't even feel like a diss anymore. It just feels nasty. It feels like we're being included in on this conversation that we're not supposed to be listening to. Like, it doesn't feel right. And I know a lot of people are saying that Kendrick took it too far, but a lot of people need to understand also, this is rap. This is like the spirit of hip hop. This is, y'all remember that song with Tupac, right? I think Hit 'Em Up, where he literally name dropped everyone and said F you and your mama. That's how rap is. And it does get to a point where it's too far. And I just think people think it's too far because we haven't seen anything this extreme since, like, I would say to argue, this is like our modern day Tupac and Biggie. Like, it's a mess. And I could not sleep. Because me in that Discord the whole night, because mind you, we got on that streamer stream, 𝐻𝐿, when he was reacting to Drake's diss. And then as it was happening, Kendrick dropped his diss track. So we're on the Discord reacting live as Kendrick dropped his diss track, and everyone is just freaking out. And we're all like, she's 11, she's a kid, he has a daughter, this and that. And it was such a nightmare. I lived for it at the beginning, but then toward the end, I was like, you know what, y'all, I'm clocking out. I was like, it's 4 a.m. I can't do this anymore. His mom is a teacher, and he was on Degrassi. Exactly. Drake picked a fight with a Pulitzer Prize winner. Yeah, he brought a spork to a knife fight. He brought a knife fight to a blicky fight. Like, he messed up. Drake should have just shut up. He should have learned by J. Cole's example and just sort of said, you know what, my fault. He should have just said it. Because now you dug yourself a hole so deep that Kendrick is not going to stop. Especially because Drake mentioned his family name and his kid. Now Kendrick isn't going to stop. Jay-Z and Nas. Yeah, Jay-Z and Nas was nasty. And I hope that this doesn't get nastier than that. Because I don't know if I can take it. Like, I love Kendrick, but I don't want him to ruin his legacy for some sensitive woman-hating man like Drake. I'ma just say it. Drake is a woman hater. He's always talking bad about Rihanna, even though Rihanna's now a married woman, looking like a baddie, looking thick, looking rich with A$AP Rocky. He talks bad about A$AP Rocky. He's talked bad about The Weeknd, Future, Kendrick, so many others. And he's talks bad about Megan. He's made light of Megan getting shot in the foot. And he's just not a good person. Even with Nicki, I don't understand why Nicki's team Drake. When Nicki and Meek Mill were beefing, Drake was over there making songs with Meek Mill. So Drake is just a hater, point blank, period. But parades around like he's this hip, I need the max win type of person. When it's like, no, you're a terrible person. You're disgusting to your core. And people are going to keep bumping your music. And I'll admit, some of his music, I'll bump it. Most of his old ones. I don't like a lot of his new songs. But that doesn't take away the fact that he's a terrible person. I think people can't understand that. Drake brought up Serena Williams' husband. He did, didn't he? Because he was like angry because he thought he was going to marry Serena or something. It's like, please be so effing for real, Drake. Be for real. Go focus on your child. How about that? Be in your child's life more and stop going on the internet and creating random beefs with people and trying to hit on people that just came out of their preteens. People talk about Leonardo DiCaprio like he's a problem. We need to start talking about Drake. I think we need to start talking about Drake. Because also, mind you guys, I don't know if you guys know, I didn't know Drake is 37. I could never imagine myself being a 37-year-old woman trying to hit it off with an 18-year-old. That's disgusting. It's deplorable. It's gross. Like, what is wrong with you cerebrally that you decided, yeah, let me hit up this 18-year-old in the DMs as a nearly 40-year-old man with a baby mama and a son? He wanted to be your tennis racket. Please. I don't understand. And I think Drake really dug his own grave. I think Kendrick might have dug his own as well, which sucks. But I think Drake dug one even deeper. And the only winner right now is J. Cole. So J. Cole, you're never going to hear this in your life, but you made the right move, my guy. Good job. Good job on being smart and deciding, you know what, this isn't worth it for me. Y'all are not worth my time, my energy, my career, and you kept it pushing. And everyone made fun of you for apologizing, but now they're realizing how much of a whiz you were in the head to actually do that. V spending the time getting the true knowledge? Please. Oh my god. Poland! Sorry, that was probably really loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really excited for Bridgerton. Oh my goodness. I'm so upset they didn't drop another trailer. Like, be freaking for real. Oh, like, I need another trailer. I need to know what happens. We have 16 tickets left. Okay, we'll get through these. And then I gotta figure out late lunch to eat. Cold World kept it at peace. It did. It did. But that's kind of that's what's been occupying my time, y'all, was the Watcher. And also, Katie, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Hi. I know I have a lot of missing messages on Discord and on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm sorry. There was a lot that happened this week with my job, with my family. My grandma fell. She was cleaning out her bird's cage and she fell and hit her stomach on her chair. And so we've been trying to keep tabs on her because, mind you, my grandma's 75. And so we've been trying to... I have never seen her before. Anka, I've never seen her before. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to take you, but I've never seen you. Wow, that's crazy. Does she seem to be doing okay? She's doing... Katya, hello. Welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope the weather's not too bad for you over here where I'm at. It's disgusting. It's like muggy. It's hot, but there's a cold wind and it's like humid. It's really gross and I hate it. But I hope you're doing good. So I think I'm going to go red for my birthday. Period. As you should. I think I'm gonna have to go back to red, y'all, because I was trying to go back to my natural, like, black brown hair, but it just will not stick. And I hate the look of having half black and half, like, orange hair. And so I think I'm just gonna have to be a redhead for the rest of my life. Like, I think I made a terrible choice. It is pretty cloudy here, but also it's, like, humid and kind of, like, sticky where I'm at. It's really nasty. So it's an indoors type of day. There was a behind the scenes video dropped. I'm tabbing that right now. I'm putting it in my queue. That's the thing I'm watching as soon as my stream ends. I'm thinking cowboy, copperstone, brown. That sounds really cute. What the heck? Copper or brown red. I think a copper would look so good on you. I haven't left the house yet. I maybe won't now. Yeah, though it's supposed to actually rain a lot here in Cali tomorrow, so it might start tonight. So maybe if you got things to do, probably best to do them today, because tomorrow the roads are just gonna... Oh my god! It's Mac. Oh, he was my starter, my baby. Hello. Oh, I hate that I can't take you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I have to have strength. But my grandma is fine. She has a bruise, which she refuses to show me, but she showed, my mom made her show her, so my mom saw it. She said she's fine. But yeah, she was cleaning out the bird's cage. The bird got between her feet, and because she didn't want to step on the bird, she fell. And because she's stubborn, she didn't want us to go see, but my mom kind of went by force and was like, show me. But she's fine. She has like no internal bleeding or anything. It's just a bruise. So my grandma's a trooper. She's doing good. But it was a big scare for me because I came home and my dad out of nowhere is like, oh, did you know that your grandma fell? I'm sorry. I was like, I just came home from a hard week of work and now you're saying my grandma's fallen? So it was just a mess. This week was a very interesting week. I'm very ready to, because my parents are going to a family party tonight, so it's going to be me and my brother. I'm very ready to just sit down, watch the Dodger game with my brother, and just eat like some pizza. Like, why am I getting all these good villagers who aren't Fairycore? Stop it. I can't live like this. I can't live, laugh, love in these conditions. Stop it. Yes, she's fine, which is good. Thank y'all. But she's doing good. The other thing I did have to mention is the weekend between the like 29th, I think, in May, the week of Labor Day weekend. I think it's Labor Day. I don't know. Memorial Day, whichever one comes first this month. I am, right now it's very likely, not determined, but it's likely. I'm going to be taking a short trip to Colorado. Not necessarily for vacation. It's more to visit family. My mom's sister's up there and my cousins. Hi. Love them. If you watch this later, hi. I love y'all. I can't wait to see y'all. And so we're gonna go up there and kind of just hang out. It's also gonna be my sister's first time seeing my cousin in like 8 years. It's been forever, and I'm really excited for them to see her. And then on the next vacation, we decided that it's going to be Adam who goes with me and my mom. So we're kind of switching it out. Because before it used to be just me and my mom. You're so cute, but I don't want you. I don't want her. You sent me the video link. Thank you. So glad it's just bruising. Yeah, we're very lucky that it's just bruising. But I'm sharing about the vacation just so that people know in advance. I might have to not stream that week. I'm gonna try to make shorts because I see that people enjoy those, and so I'll have those up, but there won't be streaming that week because I am gonna be with family and I want to be off my phone 1000% because I just want to be there with my family and enjoy my time. And I'm very excited. Other life updates, I guess. I am going to be making 𝐜𝐲𝐿 a veterinary appointment because although I told you all he has his poopy cookies and they help him go a lot more regularly, he still is having issues from time to time going even when he takes the probiotics. So we're going to be taking him hopefully next weekend to the vet on Friday. It'll be me with my brother. The only bad thing with him is we do have to take him in through the back because he's such a nervous wreck. He hates other dogs and he hates the vet. And it's not like he hates other dogs that he wants to get violent. He's afraid of other dogs. And so we are going to have to take him to the vet to probably get him tested, which is going to cost me an arm and a leg, but I just want to make sure that he's okay. He also needs his vaccines anyway. He's due for his rabies shot this year and all his other shots, and so He's gonna hate me next week, but I have to do it. And he's turning 5 in June, so he's too young to be getting complications, but he's also a lab and he eats everything that he sees, so we're gonna have to take him to the vet and figure that out. But he's doing fine. It's not like he's in pain or anything. It's just some nights he will not lay down for hours, and he will want to go outside and just lay in his cage, and I don't know why he does it, but it's at least like 2-3 times every month. And we've tried probiotics, we've tried medicine from the vet, and so at this point I think we just need to go and get him tested to figure it out. It's like having a child, y'all, I swear. Don't get a lab. Just kidding. When you get older, you really bruise like an avocado. It looks scary. It does. And it looks scary, but she said she was fine. So we're just keeping an eye on her. We're calling like twice a day and visiting her to make sure she's okay. Get him checked for Lyme. Hi, Hunter. Welcome in. Also, I never thought to get him checked for that. So I'm going to actually make a note of that on my notebook real quick. Let me play with one hand. Because I never thought to get him checked for that. But I should. So I'm going to. Because, again, with him it could be anything. I know it's not worms because I got him dewormed, and then I give him medication and shots at least once a year, the regular ones that will prevent like worms and flu and cold and COVID, even allegedly. That's what the vet told me anyway, and rabies. And so I'm very good about keeping him up to date on shots, but even then I know that doesn't absolve him from getting sick. And so that is a good idea. I should definitely ask about that. I know another thing that could happen is that their stomach can like twist, which I hope that's not the issue. I'm assuming if that was the issue, it'd be a lot worse. But what you just said was very similar to what happened to mine. Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna have him check for that then, because it's been on and off for like, maybe for a month he stops, and then for another month it starts, and it's not like he's in pain. He's not crying. He's not withering in pain. He just doesn't want to be in the house, and he wants to be outside in his cage. And we've had nights where we've stayed up all night with him, and we've tried to figure it out. So, and we've taken him to the vet, and they've given him some kind of like medication and probiotics, and it doesn't seem like they've helped. And so maybe that is the problem. So I'll definitely bring that up to his vet. And I trust the vet because they took care of Buddy, my old golden, for his 12 years of life. And he was pretty healthy up until like the week before he passed. He was experiencing like lung failure and things of that regard. But he was pretty healthy most of his life. So I trust the vet to know. Does he constantly lay down and stand up after like 5 minutes? When it's happening, yes. He'll lay down and then he'll get up. When it's happening in the moment, when he's showing discomfort. But day to day, he's like right now, I think he's just laying down in his bed in the kitchen. But then when he starts acting up is when he'll get up and he won't want to lay down. And then he'll lay down, but then he'll get up right away. And I've checked because I thought like, oh, maybe he sprained something, maybe something's broken, but that's not it. So the Lyme could very well be a thing. So next week when we take him to the vet, I'm definitely going to bring that up because I'm very concerned at this point. I'm not too concerned to the point that like I think anything terrible is going to happen to him, but I just want to get him I want to get it checked and out of the way for peace of mind for him, because I just don't want him to be in discomfort anymore, even if it's not every day, you know. I just don't want him to feel bad, because then I feel bad. That's my son. Okay, he doesn't like me sometimes. He doesn't like hugs until it's past 6 p.m. Once he has dinner, then you can hug him. If it's before dinner time, you're not allowed to touch him. And I respect his boundaries, even though he can't speak to me. I know what his boundaries are, so I respect them. And I don't touch him. Check around his ears and collar. Ticks are kind of large and easy to spot. Okay, I'll do that as well. I'll take any tips, y'all. I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't have nothing wrong with him. We just want them to be happy and healthy. Exactly. And I know you had at some point gone through something with Penny as well, Katie, so I know you get it. It sucks. It just makes you feel bad because I have anxiety, right? So my head goes to the worst case scenario. And I was like, oh my God, what if he has like an incurable disease? My head started spinning. And it comes from the fear I have of like, obviously I was there when my previous dog passed and it was terrible. And I saw him slowly dying in front of us. And so I get scared. I'm like, what if something's happening? I know exactly they can't tell us what's wrong. And I wish they could tell us. Like, I wish I could understand him. So I could just be like, oh, that's what it is. And then get him help. And it sucks that I can't. But, you know, it's the risk that you take when you become any kind of pet mom or pet parent. Dog, cat, snake, mouse, rat, bug, it doesn't matter. You know, you take that risk of just never knowing. Exactly. That's the hard part, is never knowing what's wrong. And then the hard thing with 𝐜𝐲𝐿 as well, y'all, is 𝐜𝐲𝐿 actually has straight up, he's been diagnosed with happy tail syndrome. He's always wagging his tail. Even when he's standing up, like, and you know that he's in discomfort, he's wagging his tail the whole time. So, like, I can never tell unless I'm really looking at him, because he's always happy, which makes me happy. But that doesn't help me when he's like in discomfort and he's just sitting there and his tail's like going 90 miles per hour. Because I'm just like, okay, are you okay or are you not okay? But I guess the good thing about that means that he's not in so much pain, you know, that he's not wagging his tail anymore. But, you know, we'll figure it out. I have it's Eric. I do have a big inkling that it could also be he ate something he wasn't supposed to. Does he emote much with his ears? He doesn't, actually. He doesn't move his ears a lot. He kind of only moves them when you're directly talking to him. Like if you say keywords like walk or eat, his ears kind of pull back a little bit. But he's not very expressive. It's always kind of just his tail. And if he's really happy, he's like breathing with his mouth open. Like it looks like he's smiling. That's when you know that he's like at the happiest. His tail wags and then he's kind of like smiling, which he does a lot. So I guess that's a good thing. But there's been no like breathing issues. He's always had breathing issues though, because he's a lab. He's big, right? He's chunky, and he has a big rib cage. So whenever we take him walking, we've always had to take breaks ever since he was a baby. But it's not like noticeable medical issues. The only issue we were told he is going to have is arthritis when he's older, because he's half English, half American. So his legs are really skinny. They're like an American lab leg, but his body's built like an English lab. He's very buff. He's very bulky. And so that's the only thing we've been told to prepare for, which we are preparing for by keeping him active. We walk him like 2-3 times a day. We play with him all the time. We play with him in the house. We let him walk from place to place. That way he can kind of just get his movement in. But yeah, I don't know. 𝐜𝐲𝐿's just also always been, stop haunting me. He's kind of been a sick boy. And so, you know, I'm always saving money. Like, I feel bad for my friends. I know some of them are probably like, why doesn't she go out more? It's like, girl, I got a dog who is sensitive, okay? He eats grass and he throws up. Like, I have to keep close eyes on him. Our whole family does. And I have to save money to prepare in case I have to, like, save his life. I have to have that money put away. And so we're prepared. In case he ever gets sick, because we've been told that a lot of labs tend to get stomach issues because they basically eat anything. I just didn't think it would happen so young, because again, he's only 4. He turns 5 in June. So I was like, this is kind of crazy, but I guess not. You know, if your dog hunter has had it, then it may be more common than I think. Which is a good thing, because it means there's other people who can, you know, I can rely on for information. He's also part raccoon. Isn't it crazy? Dogs that can just kind of eat anything. But God forbid you put an orange or a tangerine in front of him. He'll think that you're trying to get him to poison himself. He hates citrus. hates it. But if you put watermelon in front of him, he knows how to bite it like a person. I taught him how to do it. It's really cute. I have to make a short of that one day of him eating watermelon. He's so cute. I love him. But that's kind of like all the life things. Just the upcoming trip, my grandma, keeping an eye on her now that she's older. My dog, my job, kicking my ass, having me find new work. But that's kind of it. I don't really have too much planned. I'm from New York, and it's our common here. Not sure about where you're from. Oh, ticks. They can be. Honestly, ticks and fleas can be kind of common. I try to give him the medicine. Like, we put the gel along his back, accompanied by the pill. They provide us some kind of pill that's supposed to, like, help his like coat, his fur coat, and then his immunity and everything else. Rigs are also common here, please. But you know, I feel like Ozzy's very much like me, where it doesn't matter how much you try to be not accident prone, you just are. And I feel bad because I feel like I gave that to him. I feel like he's very much like his mom, where he's just always, something is always happening with him. Who's on here? Is this Antonio again? Oh my goodness. Are we not gonna find someone again? Oh my lord. I'm gonna have to autofill, I think. Because I have more fun kicking. I just have more fun seeing who shows up. Like, that's fun for me. And so we'll see who shows up. But that's kind of everything that's been happening. I'm still gonna follow the Drake and Kendrick news. Like, I have Twitter open in front of me as I'm streaming because I'm just waiting for something to come in regarding either of them, because it's just nuts. There's a lot of other musicians chiming in, but I do want to say, though, I do think in this situation there's not really a winner. I feel like everyone in this industry has their secrets. Storms, welcome back. Hello. Have you been able to autofill? I don't know if I can, but we're gonna try. We'll see. J. Cole is the winner. J. Cole is the clear winner because he shut the hell up and he minded his business, and everyone is still jamming to J. Cole. So I did see a photo, though, that just came up on my feed that Metro Boomin is back in the studio with Future. So apparently they're not over. The story with Lamar and Drake it just runs so deep, Hunter. I think it started. J. Cole do be bussin', please. Hi, CeeLo, how are you? Welcome in. It kind of started a long time ago in the industry when Drake, I think, was coming down on Kendrick. Kendrick ignored it. Then Drake started linking up with J. Cole, talking about we're the big three. And then Kendrick got to a point finally where he got sick of it and was like, F the big three, it's just big me. Then Drake responded to that with a diss. Kendrick came back with 2 disses. And then Drake dropped another diss, which I personally found very disrespectful. And I don't know if it's because I'm Cali, but he had the audacity to hop on a track and use West Side rappers as AI, and one of them was Tupac. Like, how dare you? Show some decorum. Just came in to like, but gotta defend J. Cole, master of his trade. He is. We love J. Cole here. I have no problem with J. Cole. Els, hello, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Let me get your link. I'm so sorry. I hope you're doing good, Els. Welcome in. I got a new game called Hi-Fi Rush, and it's so fun. What is that about? But yeah, it's a whole mess, and I'm probably gonna end up, you just woke up, period. Enjoy your sleep, the freak. But I hope you're doing good. I love your PFP. Every time I see it, it makes me happy. It's so cute. Also, for anyone interested, my PFP was made by 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐿. Shout out to 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐿. We love 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐿. If you ever want to have a cute PFP or PNG tuber made, hit up 𝐜𝐬𝐬𝐜𝐿 because she ate. But it runs really deep, and it got really nasty, Hunter, now to a point where they're mentioning family names, and they're literally sharing like the prescription drugs that the other person takes, and they're bringing up kids, and they're bringing up kids that they're not claiming, and parents, and it's not even a rap beef. I think it is so much past that now that it is straight hatred for one another, and I just really hope that it doesn't end up messy, because we've seen in the past how it can get really ugly. People have lost their lives over rap beef, and I just want people to keep it tame. Just keep it to the music. Like, we love the drama. I love it, but I don't want anyone to die. You know what I mean? Razzie, please. Listen, 𝐜𝐬𝐬𝐜𝐿's made my PNG with the soda can, the Dr. Pepper in my hand and everything. And she ate. It's about a person who is fused with high iPod on accident, and his attacks are like in sync with music. That sounds really cute. What the heck? I'll have to look into it. Even though, okay, well, I didn't mean to pick that up. We didn't find anybody, so we'll go a day forward and we'll see if anyone shows up. But it's just a big mess, and I honestly, like I mentioned before, I haven't even been able, usually I listen to like, especially Kendrick, at least once a day, because he's my favorite rapper as of right now. I can't listen to him. Me gusta 𝐜𝐬𝐬𝐿's PFP and art style. Isn't she so good? She kills it. Period. Let me see who's in the campsite. Or on the plot, I mean. Stupid. I just got a part with a robotic cat. Does the cat sing? But we'll see where the beef goes. I mean, it's apparently still going. Metro Boomin is fueling it by showing that Future is in the studio, and it's just, I don't think it's gonna, I don't know. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about is, I don't know if y'all know, but Moist Critical Charlie is literally suing the entire U.S. Immigration Department because he and his Moist esports organization were denied, after their Apex Legends team were denied entry back into the country. Isn't that crazy? And so he's suing the entire U.S. immigration. One person versus the immigration system. I'm like, holy crap. And it's huge because he's a YouTuber with a huge platform. He has like almost 13 million subscribers. So I'm very interested to see where that goes. I'm really, really interested to see if that's going to go anywhere. Like if he's going to win that case or if it's going to gain any traction. It's super crazy. Unnecessary beef is more cows to breed. Please. But I'm very, oh, who's calling me? What the heck? Hello? Hello, this is Timmy from Nook's Cranny. We sent you a payment. I didn't leave anything in the Dropbox. What? Poppy just peeking out the corner like a creep. I see you. We'll see if anyone autofilled my plot. If not, then it just means I'm destined to... Is that something on the floor? No. I'm destined to hunt some more. Apparently. We'll see. Ooh! Are we ready? Meanwhile, imagine having to process paperwork with the name Moist Critical. Please. Are we ready? 1, 2... Who's Grizzly? Who is that? Am I gonna hate him? Oh no, am I gonna hate him? No, wait, that's not Grizzly. Oh, that is Grizzly! Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. He's not gonna stay, obviously, but that's not a bad villager at all. I don't hate that. I've had him before. I don't hate that. Yeah, he's cute enough. Wow, that's not bad. Okay, I was really scared that my autofill was gonna be a lot worse, but that was a decent autofill. I'm not mad about that. Also, y'all, I have been preparing to build this island. I went to a treasure island and look at all of the DIYs I have. I went hammer on the DIYs. And I still have to go back and get more. So we're preparing. I'm getting items, I'm getting materials, I'm getting DIYs, I'm getting tickets. I'm trying to do my best to prepare this island because I'm determined to do this one. I do not care if I wrap it up after the new Animal Crossing game comes out. Like, I'm determined to get it together. Dad bod bear, please. But that concludes our stream, I guess. I'm probably gonna go and get lunch because I've not eaten anything and I'm very hungry considering I did not have breakfast either. Because I woke up with arrugas, that means heartburn, for people who do not know. I'm gonna, oh yeah, period, 8. Me when I ring your doorbell. Me when I come visit you. That's how I look in the ring doorbell. I'm gonna be back next week. I intend to do a double stream of Overwatch and then the 𝐜𝐤𝐬𝐜𝐿 frog game if I can. Yes, I'm gonna go check on my dog right now. I'm gonna do the tick check that you recommended to me, the ears as well, and then he has his appointment set, so I'll bring up the Lyme thing as appointment for sure. We'll be back next week. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. To anyone new, hello, hi, welcome to you as well. And we'll be back next week, and I'm gonna try to have more tea on this Kendrick and Drake thing ready because it's too much. It's too out of control, and I need to keep up. So be prepared for an MLA format essay. But thank you so much again. Please take care of yourselves. Happy time zones to you wherever you are. And you feel free to roam wherever you'd like. And I'm sure I will catch you somewhere today. Guaranteed. But I don't know how to end it. Bye.